doing something a little different today, as you might have noticed. One, I'm missing a Megan. And two, I guess the other different thing is I've already seen this episode. I was at RTX when they showed it, and unlike Neri, I didn't think to record my actual genuine reaction then because I was freaking out like a crazy person watching this. So yeah, so we're going to do this, and it's going to be slightly ingenuine, but it has been 2 weeks since I've seen this, and I only really remember about 3 lines of dialogue, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So let's start it off. Maybe. Come on now. There we go. Carolina, baby. That's a bad idea. That's a bad plan.
Are we okay?
Of course. You don't fucking say. Thanks, Omega.
Church.
Thanks. Fuck you.
North. It was a crazy son of a bitch. He died! You okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Where are we?
It's a legitimate question. Of course we're back here. It's not the first time we've seen Omega show up in Church's mind, is it? I don't remember. Hi, Lieutenants. Hi, guys.
There's more taking shelter inside the ship, but most of us are just scattered around the planet.
Of course.
I'm worried about Kimball.
Of course.
No matter what we say, the Fed seem to think she just let Doyle die. She's hardly said a word since we landed.
What happened? The mercenaries escaped. In a few hours, this will all be over. One way or another.
Because if there's someone you need to deliver a dramatic line, it's Agent fucking Washington.
We lost 2 people.
Fewer people, bigger cuts. Besides, we have all we need right here. Isn't that right?
If you now possess the key, then you have proven your worth.
That's what I like to hear. So, when we activate this purge,
The purge should only be activated as a last resort.
Of course.
If the inhabitants of the planet are not worthy.
buddy, trust me, I met the guys so not worthy. I just want to double check and make sure that we won't be wiped along with them.
Those residing within the temple will be spared.
Perfect!
It's a lonely
Now,
planet.
how exactly do we activate
What about our remaining forces? They'll be killed guarding the communication temple.
Look, they were good. Well, actually, they were disgusting murdering bastards. But the point is, what they don't know won't hurt us until they're dead.
Some of them are former partners.
What orders are orders? Locus, when have we ever looked out for anyone other than ourselves?
They trust us.
And what, that gives them some sort of immunity? Survival isn't a right, it's a privilege. It's earned. That's the one thing we always agreed on. If they deserve to live, then they'd be strong enough to stop us, and smart enough never to trust anyone.
Anyone.
We'll need to come up with something to tell Price and the Tartars, once it's done.
Not just never trust us. Just never trust anyone.
Said this in your transmission. They don't sound too happy about losing our brilliant artifacts.
Ugh, great. You wanna take that?
I thought you were the people person.
Man, you suck. Just ask this thing how to activate the temple, then let's go. I wonder how much Mark would pay for an alien AI.
Way to throw
My
Santa under the
creations
bus.
believe the key and their gifts could only be wielded by a true warrior. I was skeptical of the first one, and then even more so this one.
For good fucking reason.
I shall prepare all necessary data for the activation of the purge. You guard these relics. You spoke to me in the gateway, created the things I saw. Correct. Now can you tell me, what did Felix see? What is it he's afraid of? Is it not so obvious?
We're gonna tease that up to the season
Sure
finale.
this will work. Felix will have to activate the purge personally, which means Locus will be with him. And since they know our target's the concept, it's safe to assume that's where they'll send their men.
Watch and I take defense, while the rest of you go on offense.
Lieutenant's good old game of capture the flag. You know we're terrible at capture the flag. anything a problem here?
We entered the armory as best we could, but we ain't exactly armed to the teeth.
It's also worth mentioning that half of our army still hates the other half of our army.
Then let me talk to them.
Bless. Bless.
Are you sure that's a good idea? I am.
Who else is going to talk to him?
Excuse me. If I could have your attention, please.
And Bravo.
Turn it up. Fuck the shield.
I know many of you probably don't care for what I have to say, but it's something that needs to be said.
Think she can do this? Hell yeah, Hill's a great speaker.
I never believed this truce would last.
Oh god, we're screwed.
I thought that if we managed to survive Charon, it would only be a
Kind
matter
of reacts
time
like I
before
do.
we're back at each
Just
other's
kind
throats.
of laugh away the trauma.
I believe this because in my eyes, the federal army, of course, was still the enemy. When you spend every day fighting a war, you learn to demonize
And the research
your
complex, too.
To you, they're
They are all
evil,
over the goddamn place.
subhuman. Because if they weren't, what would that make you?
You know, I bet that's a workaround for the fact that they literally can't fit everyone on screen
I've
anymore.
been afraid to see you for what you really are. You're our brothers, our sisters, and the things we've done to one another are unforgivable. But General Doyle was able to see past that. In the end, he understood that now isn't the time for pride or anger, now is the time for unity. Every day I ask myself, what do you fight for? And every day I answer, for a better tomorrow. Well, if we can't set aside our past and start trusting one another, there won't be a tomorrow. So please, fight with me. Fight to see Malcolm Hargrove locked away for the rest of his life. Fight to wipe that stupid grin off of Felix's face. Fight because you deserve to fucking win!
Well, shit. I'll fight for that.
Quit wasting your ammo, guys! We're low on supplies!
I've always loved you, Katie.
Let's try that. Alright, let's kill the bad guy.
God damn it, Paloma.
Still, it's not gonna be easy.
No, it isn't. But you're forgetting that we still have something that Charon doesn't.
We do.
Alright. This noise.
I wondered when you would return.
I like Santa. Here comes the really loud stinger. No, seriously, volume down, down, down. Better. This episode, man. This episode. And after that, it's 3 till the finale, and then we're done for this season, for this arc, and then we get season 14, which is going to be a whole bunch of side stories, different characters. Everyone wants 749 are back, and I said, fuck yeah, out of that noise. Interesting thing, talking with Miles on Sunday, because we got to talk Red versus Blue. That's on the AfterBuzz channel, and that's a blast. Evidently, Gray wants Locust to go to Disneyland, and that's fun. But talking with him when the camera was off, he was telling, I can't remember if it was his parents or someone else, he was talking to someone about being in the room during the Red vs. Blue panel and watching the audience watch this episode, and how even after he's been on this show for years and been to multiple panels, it still blows him away that the audience reacts the way it does. His phrasing at the end of the speech was that it was like the entire audience had joined the army of Chorus and was cheering for that speech. And it's nice to know that the people who are in charge of this are still so in touch with the fans and can be so incredibly moved when they're showing off, I did this. Please watch it. Do you like it? and hearing an entire audience give a standing ovation, an actual, legitimate, honest-to-God standing ovation at the end of one of the big, motivating speeches. And it was just props to Lindsay for delivering that noise. Props to Miles and Gray for writing that and for just... It's a very powerful episode. It's very well done. And watching it with a couple thousand people who all feel the same way you do about the series definitely enhances the experience. That's definitely one of those, these are my people. These are my people. And I will say that I was cheering after that wipe that stupid smile off of Felix's face. Like, I want to see that happen. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, usual slew of predictions. Shit's going to go down, you guys. We just activated what I assume is the Tower of Arms, which means that Charon has essentially ditched its alien tech for being non-functional, but the Rebellion, etc., Chorus still has theirs. So this is going to be super fun and interesting. I'm not sure I buy that Palomo's going to die. I think that I love you, Katie was just one of those God damn it, Palomo sort of moments. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We still have the meta armor up on, as far as I'm concerned, we have Chekhov's shelf here. We still have the meta armor hanging out on the shelf because they brought it in and they offered it. And Sharkface is out of the picture, so he's no longer a contender. I still think that that's going to wind up being Locus. He's been too interested in that sort of thing for it not to be him. We still have Bosch doesn't want an AI in his ports on there, and that's... I'm super biased. That's something I'm not going to forget. And we still have what Felix is afraid of, which is less Chekhov's gun and more Chekhov's giant sparkling exploding thing that we're waving in front of your faces, but you can't see the details yet because you tease. Which I guess is the sign of a good show. I don't know. We will see what happens when next week rolls around, and I haven't seen the episode 2 weeks in advance, and we'll see how things go down. Hopefully I will have a Megan back with me, and it'll be good times. So yeah, talk to you guys later.